Hey everyone, it's Kayla with the Celebration Company, and I've got something fun for you today. But first, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. And also be sure to check me out on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram for a lot of other fun ideas just like this one. All right, so we are making an adorable lantern today using some Dollar Tree items. So I have two Dollar Tree flower hanging baskets, and I'm going to remove the hanger portion. It just snaps right off. And then we're going to end up stacking the two together. So we're going to take some wire cutters. You're going to need some pretty hefty wire cutters for this, and remove the little hooks that are on there. There's also some places as well that the wire kind of sticks up a little bit further. So just remove as much as you can so that you're able to get those baskets to connect pretty well. So I just went around and just used my wire cutters to cut the whole thing. Now, because of just the nature of these and the way that they're made, you're not really going to be able to glue them together. So I decided to use some black wire, which I also got at Dollar Tree, and I just wired them together. So I just basically started at one spot, wrapped it a couple of times, and then I just started just wrapping the whole thing. So I did leave some space in between my wire. And it took a little bit of time, but eventually I was able to get the whole thing wired together. And this way, I know it's not going to come apart. It does show just a little bit, of course, if you look up close, but from a distance, you can't even tell. You could always, if you wanted to, take a little something and go around the middle if you wanted to add a little ribbon or something like that. But I kind of like it just the way that it is, so I chose not to add anything around there. Okay, so then we're going to take two round plaques. These also came from the Dollar Tree. And with these, I'm just going to remove the sticker. I'm using a heat tool to remove the sticker. And then I'm actually going to sand them where the sticker was. And this is just to make sure that they will accept the stain. Now, I'm going to be using Burnt Umber by Deco Art and a baby wipe just to get these stained. I did end up having to go in with a paintbrush to get that little crevice because I wasn't able to get that very well with my baby wipe. And you're just going to stain the front and the back of both of these. And you can come back if you want to and add some varnish or Mod Podge, especially if you're wanting to use these outside. I would recommend adding something to this wood, but I am keeping it for an inside item, and so I did not add any kind of sealer or anything. I liked the sort of raw natural wood, and I didn't want any kind of finish on there. So we're just going to stain these, and now we're going to add just a little bit of distressing to these. I'm going to take some black paint and some Mod Podge, or not Mod Podge, a Pouncer, and just kind of rub that black paint around the edges just sporadically, just to add a little bit of age to them. Now we're going to glue one piece into the bottom, and I'm just putting it on that bottom ring, a little bit of Gorilla Super Glue gel. And we're going to put our little plaque in there and just set it aside and let it sit. Now we're going to do a handle. And I decided to use the metal, but you could totally use jute as well. I'm taking a Dollar Tree cookie sheet and I cut off 3 of the sides. And we're just folding this a couple of times, 3 or 4 times, so that we get a nice sturdy handle. And then we're going to cut off the excess and glue down that back side. And then we are going to trim the ends. I kind of just chose how long I wanted it to be. I did one end, and then I just kind of measured it to see, you know, how long I wanted it to be. And I chose to cut off about 2 inches. And now we're just going to make this look a little bit weathered and aged. So I'm taking some Burnt Umber and the same pouncer I used that I had the black on it. And I'm just basically covering it. And then I went back with a dry pouncer and then also with a paper towel and just wiped off some of the excess. And I'm choosing to do the same thing on the back side so that both of the sides look worn and aged and have a little bit of a patina to them. All right, I'm folding that around a big bottle that I had just so it has a nice rounded look to it, and then I traced our plaque and folded it in half, folded that circle in half to give me the 2 spots where I need to glue my handle on. Now I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue here to glue the handle down, and then I'm going to use some push pins from the Dollar Tree. These are just the silver push pins to hold that handle on. And I went back with a hammer just to make sure they were hammered in there pretty well, and then I took that same pouncer and just went over that little silver push pin so that it wasn't so super bright. And then we're going to go back in with some of our Gorilla Glue, and this time I'm not putting it on the circle, I'm putting it on the other wire pieces because it needed to be more on the top portion. That circle was not going to be hitting the plaque. Anyway, so I'm going to show you a few ways to stage this. You can do lots of things. I felt like a cute little candle looked really good in there. And then I chose to add a little bit of greenery. You could do anything you want to. You could add a bow to this. I think it would be great to swap it out with seasons. You could add some really pretty fall greenery for the fall and maybe like an orange candle. You can make this into a pumpkin and have like a cute little pumpkin stem on it or something like that. There's lots of different things that you can do with this, but it is just a cute little lantern for just a few dollars from Dollar Tree, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow, and I'll see you all in the next one very soon.